Jai Guru Dev. Today, we're going to explore a really fascinating book. It gets you thinking about some of the biggest questions in our lives, all through this amazing lens it calls divine energy.
So here it is. The source for today's explainer is Divine Energy by Vijayanand Guruji. Now, don't let its size fool you. This is a really powerful little guide. It kind of gives you a whole new way to think about your health, what you do every day, and just your overall well-being. And it all kicks off with a super simple but really deep question.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What's the point of the daily grind? Why do we eat the food we eat? You might say, well, for money or to survive. But this book wants us to go one layer deeper. What do we actually get from those things?
And there it is. That's the answer the book gives right in its foreword. Everything we do, every single action, from our job to our meals, it's all part of this fundamental quest to get energy. It's the fuel that keeps us going. And, it turns out we need a whole bunch of different kinds of it.
This right here is such a key idea from the book. Our body isn't just this biological thing. It's this incredibly complex system that's powered by all these different energies. It's kind of like a symphony, right? You need energy for your eyes to see, for your ears to hear, for your stomach to digest. Everything has to be playing together in perfect harmony. So that brings us to this absolutely crucial word: equilibrium. According to the book, being truly healthy isn't just about not being sick. It's about being in this state of perfect balance, where every single one of those energies is at just the right level. Not too high, not too low, just right.
And, well, this is exactly what happens when that balance gets thrown off. If any one of those energy levels spikes up or crashes down, the whole system gets knocked out of whack. That disturbance, that lack of equilibrium, that's what the book says illness actually is.
The book even breaks down these illnesses by how long they stick around. An imbalance that's only there for a little while, that's an acute illness. But an imbalance that just keeps going and going, that becomes a chronic illness. So the big question is, how on earth do we get that balance back? This is where we get to the really practical stuff in the book. It's all about the path of self-healing, the actual techniques we can use ourselves to nudge those internal energies back into that perfect state of equilibrium. Now, the book is realistic. It says, look, life is always going to throw challenges at you. That's just the result of our past actions. But what it suggests is that these self-healing practices can help us handle all that stuff so much more easily. It's all about building up our own spiritual and energetic strength from the inside out. So what do you think is the most powerful, the most accessible self-healing tool that every single one of us has? You might be surprised. It's not some complicated ritual. It is simply getting 6 hours of good, solid, uninterrupted sleep. Think about it. During the day, we're using up all this positive energy, and at the same time, we're picking up negative energy. Well, according to this book, deep sleep is like our body's natural cleaning cycle. It literally pushes out all the negative gunk and recharges the whole system with fresh, positive energy. It's the ultimate reset button we get to press every single night.
Okay, let's get even more specific now. The book gives this wonderfully simple, totally practical example for something we all deal with from time to time: a headache.
Let me walk you through this. First, you find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and just feel a sense of gratitude. Then for step 2, you're going to place your palms over your temples, but, and this is important, leave a tiny gap so the center of your palm isn't actually touching. Step 3, you just hang out like that for 2 minutes, imagining energy flowing out of your hands. Then for step 4, you gently shift your hands to your forehead and do the same thing. Just observe for another 2 minutes. The book says by the time you're done, you'll likely feel a real difference.
And you know what the best part is? This isn't just some trick for headaches. This whole 2-minute rule idea, you can use it on any part of your body that feels off or needs a little relief. Pretty cool, right?
All right, moving on from that simple technique, the book also touches on a more advanced practice called pranic healing, but it makes a point to talk about it with a pretty big word of caution.
The basic idea is actually really straightforward. When your body is full of positive energy, you're healthy. When negative energy gets in, that's when you get sick. So the solution seems obvious, right? First, you got to get rid of the negative energy. Then you fill up that empty space with good, positive energy that you draw in from nature.
But, and this is a really, really important but, the author is very clear that you should not try this on your own. He writes that even a small mistake could cause you harm, and that's exactly why he doesn't go into detail about how to do it. The message here is loud and clear. For the deeper stuff, you need to find a teacher.
So as we start to bring this all together,
The real point of divine energy isn't just for you to understand these things in your head, it's all about actually putting these ideas into practice in your life.
I love this quote from the foreword. It just nails the whole point perfectly. It's one thing to read a book and go, oh, that's interesting. But the real change, the thing that makes a person great, is taking that knowledge and actually using it.
And that really brings us full circle. All of these ideas, balancing our energy, self-healing, they're an invitation, not just to learn something new, but to do something new.
So I'll leave you with this final question to think about. After everything we've talked about, what's one little thing you can do today to bring your own energy into better balance? Maybe it's just making sure you get those 6 hours of sleep. Or maybe you'll give that 2-minute healing technique a try. The choice, of course, is all yours. Jai Guru Dev.